Hello, my name is Norris Smith, and I'm the ETPL specialist here at the Technical College System of Georgia, WorkSource, Georgia. The purpose of today's presentation is to pass along information regarding the submission of the eligible training provider student performance data report. This report is required from all WIOA training providers and must be completed on a yearly basis. A question and answer session will be conducted at a later date on this tutorial. I would also again like to thank you for your cooperation and inclusion through the Eligible Training Provider Program. Today's agenda will consist of the following points. What will the student performance data report be used for? In this section, we will discuss, once you submit the information to the state, what we will use it for, and then once we forward it to the U.S. Department of Labor, what they will use it for. What is the due date to submit the report to the state? How do I access the student performance data report? And finally, how do I upload the report once it's complete? What will the data be used for? As I mentioned in a previous tutorial, the student data report can be submitted to the state in two different formats. In a detailed format, the training provider submits the SSN, start and exit dates for the students. And from that, the state will gather wage and employment information for those students. The other option was the aggregate, in which the training provider gathers the wage and employment information and submits that to the state. The detailed report is what you'll currently see in your profile unless you contacted the state and requested that change. The information you submit to the state will be used in two different ways. One, the local workforce development office and the state can use this data to remove, approve, or disapprove any current or future training courses your institution has on the eligible training provider list. So that means that next year, once your programs come up for local or state review, this data can be used for that purpose. The second use comes from the U.S. Department of Labor, where they have created a website that shows program outcomes for consumer choice. So once we gather all the data from the training providers, we will submit this information to the U.S. Department of Labor, and they will input this information into their platform, where they rank training providers based on program outcomes. So say, for example, a potential student lives in Northwest Georgia and wants to go into the nursing field, but doesn't know which training provider to use. Based on the information submitted to this website, a participant can use those search results to make a better informed decision based on graduation rate, employment rate, and wages after completion. This website can be found at trainingproviderresults.gov. Here's what the website looks like. Again, the website is trainingproviderresults.gov. So later this year, once the information we submit to them is inputted, a potential student will be able to go through here and, again, find training programs based on completion rates, employment rates, and more. The information is not in here now. This is just the template of what the website is going to look like once it's complete. Once the information has been inputted, the U.S. Department of Labor will send a notification to our office, and we will forward that to the local workforce development office and letting them know that the website is up and live and consumers can now use the website for that purpose. What is the due date for the report? The reporting period for program 2021 will be July 1, 2021 till June 30th, 2022. This means for each program your institution has on the ETPL, you must report the student data on every person in the class, regardless if they are a WIOA participant or not. Say, for example, you have a program on the ETPL and during the reporting period, 50 students attended the class, but only 5 of the students were WIOA participants. In the data report you submit to the state, all 50 students must be included, not just the WIOA participants. That also means that if you have a class that has no WIOA participants in it, but that course is on the ETPL, you must include everyone in that class, even though there's no WIOA participants inside the class. We, the state, are requesting that the student performance data report be completed and uploaded to our system no later than August 1, 2022. This gives each training provider 4 weeks to gather and check the data, then submit it to the state. If a training provider needs additional time, please contact our office to let us know. Failure to submit the report by the deadline could lead to your institution being deactivated from the eligible training provider list. How do I access the student performance data report? The report can be accessed through the state website, worksourcegaportal.com. You should already have credentials to log into the site at this point. If not, please contact my office and we will assist you with the login. Once at the site, please click the sign in button listed here. Use your credentials to log in and hit sign in. This is the main page of your profile dashboard. You want to click directory services listed here. Then you want to go to services for providers and scroll over to manage program performance. Once here, you're going to see the name of your institution, the current address. You want to scroll down to the section where it says download performance workbook. You want to make sure the program year is 2021 and click download workbook. Once that's downloaded, it's going to open up an Excel spreadsheet, which is the student data report. You click open or save. Once here, as you can see, the first page is going to be the instructions. The second tab is summary. It's going to list the program year and the name of your institution. And it's going to list all your active programs you have currently on the ETPL. This institution only has one program, but yours may have 9 or 10, and you'll see all 9 or 10 of those listed here with a sheet number next to it. What you want to do is click on the sheet number, and it's going to bring up the report. You'll see the program name, the zip code, and if they receive a credential, we'll have the name of the credential listed here. And again, this is the information we're going to need for each person that attended this class. Again, not just WEO students, every person that attended this class during that reporting period. You're going to list their SSN, the start date, their current status, which in this case gives you a drop down, and you want to enter enrolled, completed, withdrew, or transferred. If they exited, and if they received a credential or not. And that'll be yes, no, or unknown. For the purposes of this tutorial, I've already created a template report that's completed with socials. Okay, as you can see, I've entered in the SSNs for all the students that attended the class, their start date, their current status, if they exited that date, and if they received a credential. In this example, this provider had 2 different classes start during that time period. One started in August and one started in May, this past May. For the ones that started in May, they don't have an exit date or a credential. So what you're going to do is you'll enter in their SSN, the start date, they're currently enrolled, and leave the last 2 boxes empty. So these are for current students that started the class before June 30th of this year. I also created an error on this last social because once you upload this into the system, the website checks the Excel sheet to make sure there's no errors on the socials or the dates. And I wanted to show you what it looks like when an error is found inside the spreadsheet. For the training providers that chose the aggregate report for their student data report, I'm going to show you what that report looks like. Again, the first page is going to have the instructions and a sort of description of what each of the fields means and how to collect that data. Then you want to go to the programs page of that report. It's going to list the program year and the name of your institution here and each of the programs you have currently in the system. In this example, this provider only has, again, 1 program, but again, you may have 10 and they'll list all of them 10 here. So what you have to do is each of these fields needs to have a number inside of it. So you can get total enrolled and you'll put a number there. You want to get the date sequence for what they're looking for is you scroll to the bottom of the instructions page, and it needs total enrolled here. And this is the date sequence. So ever how many students you had from 7/1/21 to 6/30/22 needs to be filled in this box here under total enrolled. Again, and then total exiters and total completers and the number of credentials received during that time period also. So the dates will be listed here, and these are the different fields that they have to go into. And this, again, for this report also, I just want to make clear, this is also for every person that attended that course, not just WIOA participants. How do I upload the report? So once you've entered and checked the information into this spreadsheet and saved it on your computer, you want to go back to the WorkSource GA portal website. You want to go to this section where you initially downloaded the report, and you want to scroll down to the Upload Performance Workbook section. Here, you want to click Select File and upload the file that you just saved. Hit Open, and the next step will be to click the Upload Workbook section. Once you click this link, the system is going to check the spreadsheet for any errors, socials, dates, things like that. If there's any blanks, the system will let you know. In this case, there will be an error because I added another digit in one of the socials to show you what it looks like if there's an error. So let's click that. And as you see, it came back unsuccessful. So if you want to see what all your errors are, you would click View under Action. And here we go. So it's saying under Worksheet 1, row 22, the social needs to be 9 digits. So we will need to go back into that spreadsheet and take that extra digit out. Let's say you want to return to Upload List. I want to delete that report. And then once you've corrected it, save it again on your computer and then upload the new file into the system. So you go there, I'm going to upload the new one and have the system check it. You want to click Upload Workbook again. And there you go, it came back successful. So I was reading there's 17 individuals that are in this report. And if you want to view the record itself, you hit Action and then you go to View. And there you go. It lists all their socials, the start date, the statuses, the exits, and the credentials. So basically the same information you entered in a spreadsheet, it's now in the system. So at this point, you can click the Return to Dashboard button at the bottom and you are done. The system will notify the state that you have completed the report and it's been entered at this point. Thank you, and this concludes the tutorial on the Eligible Training Provider Student Performance Data Report Submission. If you have any additional questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me at the following. And again, I would like to thank you for your inclusion and cooperation in the Eligible Training Provider program. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you in the future.